Now, live from Los Angeles, this is UPN News 13 at 10. In tonight's next half hour.
Battling baldness? In Focus, a revolutionary hair transplant method that really works.
He's definitely going to have more hair than he's ever had in the last 10 years.
We're in Focus tonight. The battle against baldness going high-tech now. A pricey new procedure promises a more natural-looking head of hair without long-lasting results. With long-lasting results, I should say. Larry Atterbury has a story for us.
Male pattern baldness. It's a common problem full of expensive solutions with no guarantees. In Focus tonight, a Pasadena dermatologist who claims to improve the odds for men who have hair transplants.
It's just like planting seeds.
Pasadena dermatologist Paul McAndrews is pioneering a new twist on an old standby.
John, are you feeling any of this?
John, who's been battling male pattern baldness for 7 years, is one of the first to try it.
Hopefully this will work out.
This isn't just an ordinary hair transplant. It's called a follicular unit transplant.
We're stealing from Peter to give to Paul.
As with all hair transplants, John's new hair will come from a place that most men almost never go bald.
This is actually a piece of scalp from the back of his head.
Next, McAndrews begins the painstaking task of dividing the bounty into pieces tiny enough to transplant into wells created in the front and on the top. Why so tiny? To avoid this.
In the past, we used larger clumps of hair. And this clump of hair caused contrast.
Which is what caused that pluggy or Barbie doll look. To avoid it, doctors more recently have turned to single hair micrografts. The only problem?
We've seen that the survivability drastically decrease.
That's because cutting tissue into single hair grafts causes trauma that can make it hard for hair to survive. In fact, for every 100 single hairs transplanted, McAndrews says just 50 to 70 stay put for good. He claims that's not the case with the follicular unit transplants.
Our survivability has increased to about 95 to 100%.
The reason? Less trauma. Follicular units are groupings of hair that come out of the same follicle. It can be 1, 2, 3, or 4.
This is their natural grouping. This is how God designed the scalp. So we believe you should transplant it that way.
In the 4 months since John underwent his transplant, he's come to agree.
This was all completely gone. I'd say survival rate, I didn't count them, but I would say it's probably pretty much 100%.
Follicular unit transplants aren't fast and they aren't cheap. Each session could take up to 8 hours and can cost more than $10,000. It'll take up to 2 years and 2 additional sessions for John to get the density that he wants. We'll keep you posted on his progress.